Hi, I'm Sylvia Skepich, Doctor of Chiropractic, and we have Evelyn von Notbeck here. She is our staff massage therapist acting as our model. Today we're going to show you how to use the Posture Pump device. This is the Scoligon model. It's a cervical device for the neck, and this Scoligon model is the one that has 2 air ballasts, different than the original model. So Evelyn, go ahead and lift your head up. We place this down to where the 2 ballasts are under her neck. It's not a head pillow where you feel it on the bony part of your head. It goes in the swoop of your neck, and you can adjust it to where it feels comfortable and where your head feels like it's dangling behind the lift that the device is placing on the neck. It does have this headpiece here, and I find it most useful when it's put into the notch that's closest to the shoulder. It comes from the box with this set in the further notch. But even so, if you don't find this device part helpful, just forget about it and leave it back. For some people, it might help them as the traction is added to the neck to keep the head down while the neck rises. So we're going to show you how to use this device in a way that utilizes a craniosacral mechanism and something called plastic deformation, which I'll tell you about in a minute. First, we're going to hand the ballast to Evelyn and press the white button to make sure that all the air is let out, because we want to start from scratch each time. And the way I tell people how to use this, which may be different than what the manufacturer recommends, is that you put in just enough to where you feel any change. So let's start with 1 pump. Okay, and what do you feel with that?
Pressure.
So Evelyn feels pressure when she puts in 1 pump's worth, so she's going to stop. Sometimes when I'm instructing people, they'll say, well, I don't really feel like any traction though. No, stop when you feel any change at all. In her case, she feels some pressure. That's different than what she felt without the first pump. So she's going to wait with that 1 pump's worth of pressure until her body has accommodated to that and she no longer feels that specific pressure change that she felt when she put the 1 pump in. And so now she's putting in 1, 2 pumps this time until she felt some change happen, until it was different sensation in her body than what she had before. So she's going to continue on like this, and the amount of time that she spends doing it will just depend on how much time she has and what effect she's trying to get. Let's say she had a more serious problem, she may really want to try and invest a good 20 minutes doing this. If she only had 5 minutes before she had to run out the door, 5 minutes is better than 20. So there is a thing called plastic deformation, and what that means is it's permanent change made in the micro tissues achieved over time. So the only way to make that permanent change is to put the time in to do the slow change. So as she is adding pressure into her neck, it is lifting and separating segments of her vertebra. It's hydrating her discs because the discs are being lifted and separated, if the disc is the empty space between my hands, and that is pulling in fluids into the discs. At the same time that she's hydrating her discs, there is this craniosacral mechanism that's happening. It's sort of a tissue flossing that happens in very slow motion. Craniosacral mechanism, it's a breathing mechanism of the spine, and the whole body is doing this sort of undulating, very slow rhythmic pulsing. That's how the spinal fluid is moved. So as she's adding just slow amounts of pressure to her tissue, to her bones, her tissues are flossing over that much slower than how I'm showing you. It takes 12 seconds to do 1 floss excursion. It's like the tides coming into the beach and receding over the beach, but now imagine you're lifting the beach up and creating a dune, and then the flossing is smoothing down that dune, taking out the resistance. So little conceptual stuff here, but basically the simple concept behind it is plastic deformation is permanent change in soft tissue achieved over time. And to do that, you really need to do this slow pumping that Evelyn has been doing in the background here, opening up her discs and allowing her micro tissues to accommodate to a better position, a better curvature, and a more open more open spine. Thanks for watching.